For me, I have one of my girlfriends who she says she admires about me my persistence and my focus.
Mm,
And like the 12 marathons, and I've done some other things where I have had to be just so focused and intentional.
mm,
But the introspective part of it, Mr. Terry, is where the focus and the discipline came from.
mm.
Mm.
Why do I want this? And do I really want it?
Thank you for
Edge
your
off.
input.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you
for
for
your
your
input.
input. Yeah. So, what would you say some of the common mistakes and misconceptions are about curiosity?
um, I would say a common mistake about curiosity is back to the abuse of it. Real is that literally that
Mm,
you should just ask questions just for peppering the room as opposed to being thoughtful about it.
mm,
Another drawback, though, is that curiosity, if it's not used appropriately,
mhm,
is seen as ignorance.
mm.
That
That's
is a
good.
total misconception of curiosity. I do think that the questions should be sequenced. Like, for example, if you can prepare for a meeting at all,
Mhm,
there are some things that you may not know. Please use those questions to build on the content at hand. Coming out of left field just to make sure you get heard and get something injected, I
mhm,
think probably reinforces that misnomer about curiosity being
Mhm.
ignorance.
that's good.
But questions tailored and timely,
Mhm.
coming up with all these things right now. The power of the prompt and tailored and timely, but tailored and timely questions
Mm,
injected at the right time really do elevate and bring strategy to the conversation. So, um, again, it can work against you though. Again, the people who think they need to be a sound piece, that definitely sends the wrong message, and you just kind of want to scream
mhm,
enough. Let's move on, right?
mm,
And that you
mhm,
just want to scream that. But curiosity, when it's mistreated or when it's not appreciated,
mhm, mhm.
gets abused.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right.
Curiosity, when it's not appreciated, gets abused and gets mislabeled as ignorance. And
Mm.
it's unfortunate that we go through life and we stop asking questions, because even kids in Montessori elementary school, they always have that ooh ooh pick me, I have the question,
Mhm.
because it's
Mhm,
just from a blank slate, that blue sky and green field. And I love that education encourages curiosity.
mhm,
I don't know that corporate America does so much intentionally,
mhm,
but I have seen it rewarded,
mhm. Yeah, interesting.
right? I did have some feedback a while ago that helped me to appreciate curiosity, was that one person asked more questions. I'm like, wow,
Mm,
hmm,
hmm,
that's what stood out to you the most,
mm,
was this that Ralph asked more questions.
hmm.
But
Mm.
I use that to my advantage, right? So
Sure.
if that's the perception around questions, but good questions,
Right. Right.
then use it to your advantage. But to me, that is the biggest misconception around curiosity, is that it's a flag for ignorance, and it absolutely is not. And another gem too
Mhm,
is, if you're really good at asking questions,
mhm.
pepper in questions that you already know the answer to.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Pepper in questions that you already know the answer to, or that you think you know the answer to.
Mhm,
Invite the other person's response. See how it aligns with yours. And that could be a light bulb moment for you too, because they actually come from a
Mm.
different perspective. So
mm,
Mm.
mm,
while your answer could indeed be a right answer,
mhm,
it's not the only one right
mm.
answer.
That's
Mm.
good.
That's
That's good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So yeah, curiosity for ignorance, total misnomer unless you're abusing it.
Mm, mhm.
and pepper in some questions that you already know the answer to, and
That's
see where
good.
it takes you.
Oh, these are some good frameworks. Oh, this is good. And I just have to touch on something you said too. We cannot underestimate the power of preparation for these meetings
Yes.
and taking the time to prepare your questions instead of just firing off the hip.
Yeah.
Right? Taking some, even if it's just 15 minutes, to just have a thoughtful moment to say, these are the things that the topics we're going to talk about. These are the things that I want to ask questions about. Make sure that they fit the context of the conversation. To your point, don't be that guy, the
Don't be
talking
that
head.
guy.
Don't be that
Don't be
guy.
that
Yes.
guy. And as someone who is truly prepared,
Hmm.
will anticipate questions too.
Mm,
So if you're going in as a presenter,
hmm.
and of course you think you have crossed all your T's and dotted your I's, but your audience may have a gap.
Mm,
How do you anticipate the gap? So even though you've come in prepared to tell your story, you've got your challenge question, you got your attention getter, you got your whole body worked out, you've got your call to action in place, right?
hmm.
You are ready for this topic. Yet and still, somebody who appreciates curiosity will have a question for you. How do you anticipate those questions and then, in a spirit of preparation, come prepared? All of these things in terms of preparation is literally why curiosity matters.
So
That
so
is
I love
amazing.
so a couple things right there, right? So you start talking about different frameworks of types of questions.
Mhm.
Can you maybe highlight what those are and what the intended outcome is for those questions? Because you just here in your delivery, you said this kind of question is going to do this. Can you mind expounding on what those kind of questions are to help drive whatever the outcome's going to be?
Right. Yeah. So, in reflecting back on those other three, remember, we're learning to lead. So, we're going in to learn it all and not know it all. So, you're asking those who, what, why, when questions
Mm-hmm.
in a way that's going to invite some depth, not the typical yes, no questions for
Okay.
sure. And then we're asking to elevate. Remember, we're framing it such that the other person is enriched by the question, is not just clarifying. And then we're building a culture of curiosity, where we're rewarding the individuals who are participating in that questioning process. Those are basically the ways that I would have the open-ended questions is typically where you would take somebody. So if you're going into a board meeting, a committee meeting, even a project meeting, something as simple as opposed to me asking the metric, and I literally just did this yesterday. This is why this is so fresh. Instead of me asking the metric of how many defects is a cutover type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to give status. So instead of asking them about how many defects do we have, are we trending in the right direction post implementation? Let them
Mm,
interpret and give the insights as opposed to me asking that very pointed and very specific question. Because I could say, how many defects do we have right now
Mm,
coming out of um, the cutover? But that doesn't really encourage insightfulness and vision in them, because
mm,
the question would just be oh, we have 10 defects. Well, is that really telling me anything?
right.
gotcha. Gotcha.
So it is asking, and this is what we mentioned earlier about two clicks down. So the high level question is, how many defects are we seeing? But the real question is, are we trending in the right direction? And that could be multiple things. User adoption. Again, I'm a technologist, so I can't help but use the technology examples. What are our user adoption metrics looking like? Did we actually? What percentage of the organization did we penetrate with training? So don't tell me
Mm,
200 people were trained. How
That's
effective
good.
was training based on adoption and the sentiment that we're feeling right now? So
sure.
the those are just a couple of examples, Terry, that I can come up with. But
No, that's great.
I'm living it every day. So again, not focused on the metric, but what the metric is telling us on a trend, on a retrospective, on the 2 clicks down, as one example. Again, even when you go to your doctor, okay, the doctor might tell you you weigh 210 pounds, but is that really important? It is if last year you weighed 180.
Mm. Yeah, that's good.
Or if you had a recent circumstance in your life, or so it's not
Mhm,
just
mhm.
about the
Sure.
metric in an example. It's what
Mm.
the question is, what is it telling us, and how am I using that information to get to the bigger outcome?
That's
So
good.
the open-ended questions for sure.
That's
That's
good.
great.
That's
That's
powerful.
great. And the other thing I just wanna, just throw onto that, right? And, in terms of being prepared, man, you know the topic that you're gonna be discussing, go to the prompt and say, "Hey, I have this meeting. These are the folks that are gonna be in that meeting. I wanna address it from this standpoint. What are 3 good questions that will drive, um, a movement in this project?"
I love it. I love it.
That's
I
good.
wish I wish more people were encouraged to use any of their favorite AIs and GPTs
Mhm.
that way,
Yes.
And you can do it in an iterative fashion, and refine it too. But
Yes.
Mhm.
again, the power
Yes.
is in the prompt. You have to keep going and dig a lot deeper
Mm.
than the surface questions that people ask. And it
Yeah,
goes
because
so far. It goes so far as to people should apply it to dating. Quite frankly, I've been married for 27 years.
mm.
And I did ask some good questions up front, but my goodness, I probably should have asked some more.
That's a good one right there.
That's
We're
good.
gonna have to bring you back on that one.
That's
We got
good.
to be look,
That is so
there's some
good.
curiosity in your personal life that we
Come
got to
on.
start applying.
That is so good. That is so good. That is so
You,
good.
you know what though? Let Ralph, if you don't mind. I know
No,
we don't have a
please.
topic on this, I don't think, but how is curiosity, so we're gonna flip it, right? Because what we've been talking about is curiosity from an external point, right? Things around us. How does curiosity, or how do we leverage curiosity, or how has it impacted you when we take that same curiosity and we take it and make it introspective?
That's
Oh,
good.
I love this. This is the second question I've been looking forward to today, beyond all the other ones. But, it really makes you double down on your purpose, your personal purpose.
Mm,
Mm,
So
mm,
when you get to your personal why, and I don't wanna give, Simon Sinek too much credit, but yeah, why ask why kinda thing,
mhm,
mhm.
because your individual motivations do, help guide. And for me, I have one of my girlfriends who she says she admires about me, my, persistence and my focus.
mm,
And, like the 12 marathons, and I've done some other things where I have had to be just so focused and intentional.
mm,
But the introspective part of it, Mr. Terry, is where the focus and the discipline came from.
mm,
Mm,
Why do I want this? And do I really want it? Quite frankly,
mm,
if you really look at the heart of discipline,
mhm,
why some people can get up in the morning and make their beds every day, and some people can't seem to snooze and get up and make a movement, whatever. It's your personal fortitude as you look internally for what you are trying to get out of the day, the week, the month that you're living in.
hmm,
Now back to the compliment she gave, in the sense of it was just a simple nutritional activity that I was doing. I was doing a bodybuilding competition many, many years ago, and I
okay.
did, I competed. I got to a national qualifier.
Come
At
on.
the-
Wow.
oh
What?
yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
People just
Maybe,
don't know.
They
hey,
don't
maybe
Hey,
know.
Ralph,
look,
maybe
look,
you can
don't
ask
let
me
that
that question
smile
too.
fool you. Don't let
What,
that smile fool you.
when you ask me what is it that my coworkers don't know?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's a few more things, but But you look internally, it's literally where did I get the fortitude to be disciplined enough to get on that stage where
Mm.
I could feel confident enough to prance in something that I can't even put my foot in right now, much less put on my whole body.
Tell somebody, you better wake up.
I am not exaggerating at all. But that fortitude and that internal discipline. So when you look internally
Mhm.
and you get back to that curiosity of why, and I had just some health goals, and it helped me to be focused.
Mhm.
But when you are so clear on your why,
Mhm.
then the decisions that you have to make every day. So she and my friends were complimenting me that if we would go out to dinner, I wouldn't have a cocktail,
Mhm.
or I may not eat the potatoes au gratin. Why
Mhm.
does that matter? Because I knew what my goal was.
That's
I
good.
knew I
Mm.
knew what my why was. So in that
Mhm.
internal fortitude, this curiosity forced me to answer that question for myself. So it actually wasn't hard. I look back and I appreciate her compliments for sure, but it was absolutely the easiest thing that I had to do.
Wow.
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 And it
That is
was so
amazing.
it was so easy because I knew exactly why I was doing it. I knew exactly the risk and the outcomes. And then one, I didn't want to get on that stage and look like I shouldn't have been there, right? So that for me, in terms of internal curiosity, was the best question I could have ever asked myself, and elevated myself to that vision
Mm.
of
Mm.
a more strategic flow of my life. And I
Yeah.
know it's so funny to apply corporate language to personal
Uh-huh.
activity, but having a strategic view of my health, a strategic view of my social interactions as
Yeah.
opposed to a tactical. It was more than that one meal.
Mm.
Sure.
It was more than that cocktail.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. If today's conversation helped you grow in your leadership, influence, or your career, take a moment to visit leadershipsovereignty.com. There you'll find exclusive resources, free guides, and ways to stay connected to our community of leaders who are building purpose and success. Don't forget to rate, review, and share this episode with someone who's on the rise in their career. Until next time, lead boldly, lead with purpose, and continue to walk in sovereignty. Take care.